Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the main event of tonight's Raw's War. Your host, Taju, here with you, and this program is brought to you by THQ. And this Rumble, well, as far as this Rumble is concerned, the winner of this match will get a shot at the Intercontinental Championship. And there's a lot more that goes into this, and I'll explain as this match goes onward, but let's find out who the unlucky one is. And it's, well, last time we had a match, a Rumble match, this man was the number one entrant. So, I mean, that's 2 Rumbles in a row that the Big Boss Man has to start the match. And I tell you one thing, I mean, it has to, of all the rotten luck to not only start a match, the Rumble match, I should say, but to do it twice in as many Rumbles, I mean, that's too much for one man to go through, but Big Boss Man, I mean, he's not going to cry about it. Instead, he's going to beat the crap out of anybody in his way, really. So, I mean, it's not going to affect him that much. Being that this is out of 10 men instead of 20. But, of course, the odds are still not that good. And I would have to say that it's not that much better for this man either. So, yeah, we have Bret, the Hitman Hart. So yeah, Bret Hitman Hart, he and the Boss Man are going to, it's out of 10 men, so these two have to start the match, and, they're going to have to pace themselves because they don't want to, exhaust themselves early in the match and then risk getting eliminated rather early, so... But, it's just like the World Wrestling Federation would always say. Anything can happen. Well, you know what? Anything can happen in this match, too. So we'll see if the Boss Man and the Hitman can pace themselves. I mean, we'll see what happens. But I don't like their chances of winning, but stranger things have happened. I mean, I've seen it, and I've been a part of it, too, so it is what it is. Anyways, let's get on with this matchup. Let me just adjust myself here. Inverted atomic drop onto the Big Boss Man. Now he picks up the Boss Man, but the Boss Man fights back. Now I'm going to try to get rid of the Hitman, Bret Hart. And, seriously, okay, there we go. I'm just trying to get a good position here. There, I think that should do it. A back suplex on to Bret Hitman Hart. And who's up now? Oh, no. Folks, that's one half of the tag team champions. I can't get a good look at him because the camera hasn't been zoomed out yet. But unless I'm mistaken... Yeah, that's Animal. Road Warrior Animal. He was the one that won the matchup, the Rumble match that he was a part of for the World Tag Team Championship. So, I mean, he may not have the best odds either, but... Animal, if he wins, he'll get a shot at the World Wrestling Federation Championship. So, if he wins, he'll have that opportunity, but that's if he wins. Ooh, and a headbutt to the back of the head of Animal. I mean, Animal is a big guy, and it's not often that, he gets dropped like that. And, oh no, it's The Undertaker. And The Undertaker was just in a match not too long ago, and well, he drew a better number than the first 3 contestants, but having wrestled another match before, I mean, that's probably going to hurt him, but then again, he may be warmed up. I don't know. We'll see what happens here. As Undertaker going to try to get rid of Animal, and a body splash right to the Hitman, and meanwhile, yeah, Animal has just been eliminated by The Undertaker. I mean, Animal is a big, strong guy, but Undertaker is something else, I'm telling you. And now Bret Hart going to try to go right after The Undertaker, and that might have not been a smart idea. And, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, here comes Mr. McMahon. And we'll see what he does when he gets to the ring, but you know, now we have 2 members of the corporation. And if Vince McMahon gets in the ring before the boss man gets eliminated, yes, he will. So now the corporation are on the power play. But no, wait a minute, they're going to fight each other. Now that's not smart, but then again, when you have a title shot on the line, it really is every man for himself. Meanwhile, Bret Hart and Undertaker going at it. I mean, we've seen, you know, the wars that these two have had, especially SummerSlam 1997. We saw what happened, you know, with, you know, those two and Shawn Michaels. If you like, I might hold the thought right now, because, well, now we have Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, on his way to the ring, and I understand that he and Bret Hart, well, never mind, Bret Hart has been eliminated, but I was going to say, he and Bret Hart got together to form the Hart Foundation. And the thing about these two guys, I mean, the thing about Bret Hart, wait a minute, out goes Mr. McMahon, and Mr. McMahon is gone at the hands of The Undertaker. But as far as Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog, I mean, he got together with Bret Hart to form a tag team in the Hart Foundation. So, wait a minute, who's up now? And, oh no! Paul White, the man who calls himself the Big Show, on his way to the ring. And I'll tell you one thing about White. I mean, he's big, and he is a monster, I'm telling you. Now the Big Boss Man, The Undertaker, and the British Bulldog are 3 of the strongest guys in this ring, but Paul White is a giant. I mean, a giant that can have his way with anybody. A giant that can dominate anybody. And a giant that can do whatever the hell he wants because he is a giant. Although right now the British Bulldog going right after the giant in Paul White. And now Paul, you know, oh yeah, that's right, I almost forgot. Sometimes it always slips my mind, but Big Show is a part of the corporation, as is Mr. McMahon, as well as the Big Boss Man. And the Big Boss Man just got eliminated, so the corporation's power play was short-lived. And now we have the Intercontinental Champion in Eddie Guerrero, and if he wins, he gets a World Wrestling Federation Championship match with Kane. But that's if he wins. If any one of these 3 men win, or anybody that has not been entered yet, if they win, they get a shot at Eddie Guerrero and his championship on the next show. Just to make that point clear. Meanwhile, The Undertaker locking horns with Paul White, the Giant. Ooh, and a kick right to the back of the British Bulldog. I mean, Eddie is quick, so the Bulldog has to be ready for anything Eddie pulls. A backside slam onto Eddie Guerrero. oh, wait a minute, it's Triple H. And we saw him earlier today, and we saw him in that mixed tag match, but that match did not last very long. In fact, you know, his team, you know, he and Stephanie lost the match by disqualification. That was hilarious. But then again, Triple H didn't really get hurt a lot, so this is Triple H's best opportunity. I mean, like I said, yeah, he wrestled a match earlier, but he didn't get hurt a lot. And now, Undertaker and Triple H going at it now. I'm not sure what Paul White is trying to go after, who he's going after, but... Uh-oh. It's Vader time! I'll tell you one thing, if anybody is, you know, big and strong enough to go after Paul White, it's got to be the man known as Vader. But of course he also has his vendettas with The Undertaker as well. And now Triple H going to try to get rid of Eddie Guerrero. But no, it's going to be the Bulldog going after Vader. But Eddie Guerrero stays in. And Paul White still working on The Undertaker. Undertaker's been in there the longest of the 6 men in the ring. And a shoulder tackle drops Paul White. Whipped into the corner is Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. And both he and The Undertaker are in deep trouble. And Davey Boy Smith went over the top rope, but he did not land on the floor. Meanwhile, Undertaker holding on, but the Giant is trying to get rid of him. And he does. So The Undertaker has been eliminated at the hands of the Giant, Paul White. A DDT to Eddie Guerrero, and what's wrong with Eddie? I can't get a good look at Eddie's face because I wasn't sure what happened to Eddie there. A DDT onto Vader. Oh, wait a minute. Eddie has been busted open. I mean, that DDT busted him open. And really, Eddie is in deep trouble. If he doesn't, well, yeah, he's pretty much dead in the water, but he's not going to give up, but I don't like his chances now. I mean, when you get busted open in a match like this, it's only a formality that you're going to be eliminated, but, I mean, it's not over, but I don't like Eddie's chances right now. And Triple H going for a suplex onto Eddie Guerrero. And now Paul White going to have his way with him. A fall-away slam onto Eddie Guerrero. Meanwhile, the British Bulldog going after Vader. And unless sorry. I had my tongue was twisted. Unless I am mistaken, I believe these are the final 5 men. Wow, an atomic drop right to Paul White. I mean, Paul White is 500 pounds. Oh, but then again, British Bulldog is one tough, or not one tough, but I should say one strong guy. A spine buster on a Triple H by Vader. Then a stomp to the gut of Triple H. And now Paul White gonna have his way with him. And now Triple H and Eddie Guerrero in deep trouble here. And Eddie has been eliminated. Yeah, the loss of blood costed him. So yeah, somebody is going to fight Eddie Guerrero for that Intercontinental Championship match. Or for the championship, sorry. But the question is, who's it going to be? And wow, look at the strength of the British Bulldog! Just threw Paul White over the top rope, and Paul White has been eliminated. I mean, that's a huge upset if you ask me. Meanwhile, the man they call Vader is trying to get rid of Triple H. And Triple H is trying to hold on. But does he? That's the question. And wow, he barely did though. And now Triple H going right back to Vader. And the odd man out is the British Bulldog. Ooh, and a clothesline. And yes, this confirms that these men are the final three. But now Vader going right after the Bulldog. A spinning neckbreaker onto Vader. Gotta breathe here. Sorry here. Let me... There we go. I think that should do it. Okay. And now Vader going to try to get rid of Bulldog, the British Bulldog. And Vader manages to eliminate the British Bulldog, and that was kind of weird. But let us continue here. Ooh, and a rake in the eyes right to Triple H. And now Vader, I mean, this is it. I mean, yeah, he throws Triple H over, but Triple H has not landed on the floor yet. And Triple H eliminated by Vader, and that's it. Vader will challenge for the Intercontinental Championship on the next show. But until then, this is your host, Taju, signing off. Have a lovely night, everybody. And good night, Atlantic City. Stay tuned for more next time. Alright. Take care, everybody.